Hi, and welcome to your short 15-minute yoga practice. We're going to work with a physical practice to mobilize the spine and also a meditative practice to focus the mind. This practice could be a really good way to start or to end the day. And we're just going to start by lying down on your mat with your knees bent and your feet on the floor. If you just want to turn your palms up and just let your shoulders soften. And I'm just going to start by talking you through the breathing technique that we use during our practice. It's called ujjayi breathing, and it's a technique which helps to slow down your breath and allows you to regulate the breath so it's nice and smooth and even. Breathing is essentially shape change in the body. As you're working with the practice, I'd like you to imagine that you're creating the movement from the inside out. In order to connect with ujjayi breath, we're going to create a little bit of friction at the back of the throat, which sounds like a gentle hissing sound. It's sometimes called the ocean breath. It sounds a little bit like the tide coming in and out. If you're struggling to find that connection, imagine that you are sighing. It's kind of the same feeling, it's just that you sustain that feeling at the back of the throat. As you breathe in, we're just going to allow the breath to open into the chest and the tummy. And as you breathe out, you'll notice your tummy muscles gently drawing in as the diaphragm pushes the breath back out. Remember, the breath is a bit like the tide coming in and out. And we're just using that connection at the back of the throat to help make it a little bit longer and smoother than it is in our day-to-day life. So we're going to turn the palms down and we're going to take some arm movements to start. We're going to breathe in and gently allow the arms to raise to halfway with the fingers pointing upwards. And then as we breathe out, we're going to take them to the floor behind us, taking them nice and wide. So the whole of the arm rests on the floor. As you breathe in, let the chest and tummy expand. And as you breathe out, we're just going to lower the arms all the way back down. Breathing into halfway. Breathing out, taking the arms back to the floor, nice and wide. Letting the arms relax into the floor, breathing in. And then breathing out, lowering the arms straight back down. As you breathe in, taking the arms to halfway. As you breathe out, taking them to the floor behind you. And then staying as you breathe in. As you breathe out, lowering them all the way down. Then we're going to bring the knees over the chest for the next movement. And we're going to take the same arm movements, but add in some leg movement. So as you breathe in, we're going to bring the arms and the legs to about halfway, so knees still slightly bent. Then as you breathe out, you're going to take the arms back like you did before and straighten the legs up towards the ceiling, staying as you breathe in. And then gently lowering the arms and bringing the knees over the chest as you breathe out. You can let the feet relax for a moment. And then repeating 3 more. So breathing in, arms to halfway, knees still slightly bent. And then as you breathe out, let your arms go down, anchor your hips to the floor, soles of the feet turned up, and stay as you breathe in. As you breathe out, engage your tummy muscles, let your arms and your knees come back to your starting position. And then repeat 2 more. Inhaling, knees and arms to halfway. Exhaling, let the weight of the arms go back, the sacrum rooting down as the legs straighten upwards. Stay for the in-breath and then exhale, gently lower and then relax the feet. And then repeating. So halfway on the in-breath, exhale, find support, anchor your body to the floor as you raise the arms and the legs. Let the inhale open the space, and then exhale, gently firm the tummy muscles, lowering the arms and the knees coming back over the chest. Great, and then just placing the feet onto the floor. So the next movement we're going to take is called 2-foot support. You're going to keep your feet shoulder width apart, and as you breathe in, you're going to push down through the feet, lift the arms and the hips, and then exhale, gently unwind the spine, bring the hips and the arms back down nice and slowly. As you push through the floor, flatten your back into the mat as you start to lift, and then gently let the arms and the hips come up, opening the front of the body, and then gently releasing, massaging the shoulder blades, lengthening the back of the body as we come down. Taking 2 more, breathing in, raising the arms and the hips, push down through the feet, and then breathing out, lowering the arms and the hips, unwinding the spine nice and slowly. Make that movement nice and smooth. I'm going to take that one more time. Flattening the back and then lifting will help to open across the front of the thighs rather than just arching the back. Coming down on an exhale and then just pausing for a moment, turning the palms up. Then we're just going to come into Shavasana, where we're just going to lie with the legs extended. Just take a moment just to settle. In a moment, we're going to come up onto our knees to take the cat posture, which is a really good posture for just mobilizing the whole of the spine and releasing the shoulders. So when you're ready, we're just going to come up to kneeling. We're going to take the hips back towards the heels, starting in a lengthened position. And then as you breathe in, we're going to come through onto all fours, lifting the chin slightly, and then exhaling, lengthening the back of the body as we take the hips back into downward cat. You can let the head and shoulders relax. As you breathe in, coming through, lifting the chin, letting the chest open through and the shoulders soften back, working into the upper back, and then exhaling, rounding the spine, tucking the tailbone towards the heels. Don't worry if your head doesn't come to the floor. Focus on the back of the body being nice and long. As you breathe in, coming through onto all fours, lifting and opening the chest, dropping between the shoulder blades, and then exhaling, rounding the back of the body, taking the hips back towards the heels, letting the shoulders relax outwards, and you can let the head go. If it feels comfortable, take it to the floor. We'll take one more. Again, see if you can focus on smooth movement, so opening through on the inhale, shoulders softening back, and then exhaling, lengthening the spine. Let the upper body go. Take a moment to soften and relax. And then we're just going to come up into Vajrasana for a moment, just kneeling, sitting back onto the heels with the crown of the head lifted and the chest open. So we're going to come down onto the floor with the knees bent again. So if you just let your knees roll out to the side, bring the soles of the feet together in Supta Baddha. And we're going to take a variation with the hands resting behind the head and the elbows on the floor. Going to stay in this position as you breathe in. And then on an exhale, we're going to see if we can lengthen the back of the body and bring the elbows and the knees towards each other and just gently lifting the head slightly. Then on a pause, we're going to gently open the knees and the hips back out. We're going to stay as we breathe in again, let the space open, and then exhaling, closing, so bringing the elbows and the knees together, lengthening the back of the body, tucking the chin in slightly, bring the feet to the floor, and then slowly unwind on the pause. Let go, wait for the inhale to open into the tummy, exhaling, lengthening, rounding, tucking the tailbone under as we bring the elbows, knees together, feet onto the floor. Then on the pause, unwinding, bringing the knees and the elbows back down. Stay as you breathe in. As you breathe out, lengthen the back of the body. Bring the elbows and the knees together, feet to the floor. And then on the pause, unwind, bring the head, elbows, knees down. And then we're just going to rest in this position for a few moments. If you're okay here, we're going to take kind of contract and release mechanism where we breathe in and push the soles of the feet together. And this will engage your glute muscles. And then as you breathe out, you're just going to see if you can relax the muscles on the back of the pelvis, let the knees soften. As you breathe in, push the feet together, feel the glutes engaging. And then exhale, release, and let your knees soften. See if you can keep that movement nice and smooth. Breathing in, push the feet together. And then breathe out, just allow the muscles to relax. Once you've completed that 4 times, bring your arms back. Keep the knees open, keep the hips open for up to 6 breaths. And just watch the movement of the breath in your tummy and your chest. Imagine you're breathing into the hips. As you breathe out, just see if you can soften and relax the effort. Imagine your sacrum releasing into the floor. Once you've taken a few breaths, we're going to bring the knees back over the chest, placing the hands onto the kneecaps to take Apanasana. As you breathe in, going to let the chest expand, knees move away, and as you breathe out, let your knees gently come back towards the chest. Inhaling opens the space, the tummy expands, and exhaling, the tummy muscles draw in as the knees come back towards the chest. See if you can use the breath to guide the movement, inhaling, opening, and exhaling, closing. Inhaling opens, exhaling, the tummy muscles drawing in, emptying the abdomen. Once you've taken 4, bring your feet back onto the mat, turn your palms up, and we're just going to return to Shavasana to finish. Let your legs relax outwards. And if you feel comfortable bringing your hands over the eyes, we're just going to rest the fingertips onto the forehead. Just taking our attention inwards and counting 6 breaths. Imagine the exhale soothes and clears the head, just creating a bit of space for the day, or unwinding if you're at the end of the day, filtering out. Once you've taken 6 breaths, and we'll return with the hands onto the floor. Just remove them nice and slowly. Keep your eyes closed. And let the whole of the weight of the body relax into the support of the floor. Give yourself a moment to be still, to absorb the practice. When you're ready to, bend your knees, bring the feet onto the floor. We can roll to one side and slowly bring ourselves back up into sitting, setting your intention for the day.